Well, hello there. How is everyone? It's now Wednesday, the midweek hump, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. For those of you who are taking part in the iPhone giveaway, all of the numbers are now out there, and I have received, I think so far, around 175 emails since I went to bed last night. So if you're emailing me, I do apologise. I'm not going to be able to get back to everyone because I've got to go through all of them emails, make sure they are all correct, and enter the names into the draw to do on Sunday. And that's quite time consuming, and I can only imagine it's going to get worse. But anyway, straight into the meat and potatoes, and we're going to talk about Justin one last time because Justin emailed me. Now I'm going to share the email. Now, there's obviously been some uproar on the internet regarding some of the statements made by Justin. Some people are moaning like fuck that this channel gave Justin a platform. I didn't give him a platform. YouTube gave him a platform. I mentioned this video because there's lots of people following the case, and I said, look, this video exists. Go over there. I've spoken to the guy previously on other pieces of information surrounding this case, and look, I've got no reason to doubt the guy, but this information, that's up to you to have a look at and see what you think. But YouTube gave the guy the platform, not me. And a little bit before we get onto this email, a message for the Lyra. You are a stupid motherfucker. You create content about other people moaning about their content, but in your content where you're moaning, you're showing the exact same content. You're promoting the same thing. You're just doing it in a different fashion. You're packaging it differently. You're putting it in pink paper with a nice pink bow on it and trying to push it out there and trying to dupe everyone into thinking that you're different because you make different comments about it. You're just the opposite side of the same fucking argument. And you're an idiot. And you're worse than an ex-girlfriend. You're like a buzzing fly. I need to get one of them zapper bats and whack you around the head and electrocute you. Get rid of you. But anyway, like I said in my post on community, if my content helps you and the people who follow you are stupid enough to not see that you are simply creating the same content, then I can't help them. If you cannot see the irony in it, then there is no helping you. But anyway, Justin. Now, some of you guys have reached out to me. Some people, you can put it in the comments after this video is uploaded and explain. Now, with respect of Justin, it was always about the fact that Justin was making these statements, and it was the mindset was to shine a light on an issue, and an issue that comes with these cases. And that is that we have content creators who, for the most part, they rely on information that is given to them, information they find. And sometimes they will rely on information coming from people who claim to be close to the people who are there, close to the areas with which we're talking about, so on and so forth. And it can be a minefield. And the idea behind pushing the video regarding Justin was to put him in a position where he had to do one of two things. And that was to prove what he was saying or climb under a rock and vanish because he couldn't prove it. Like today is Wednesday. And I believe it was today that we was expecting a conversation, an interview with Dylan Mortensen. And I imagine that that's not going to come to fruition, Justin. And look, if I am proven to be wrong and Justin is right, and believe me, you'll find out in a second, he believes he's right. And take that as you wish. But, look, he does believe he's right. And if he's right, I will do a video openly apologising to Justin. Openly apologising to the guy. I will even have a shirt made up with his face on it with I love Justin, and I'll wear it for a month. That's what I'll do. But for now, I just cannot get behind this guy. And I'm now going to read the email. There are some names I'm going to have to omit out of this, purely because you'll see. So I called Justin out on some issues with respect of what he said in his own video versus what he said over on Truth and Transparency. Mainly the fact that in his own video he stated that Dylan had been spared because of her connection to Bethany Funk. And, you know, and he went on to say that it was not until after her surgery, if you like, that these people became distrusting and this attempt was made on her life. She was attacked. Now, he then went on to do a video. It was on his channel. It was a short video. I'm not going to play it. It's around just over 2 minutes long, that basically says that it was always about Dylan being the target, and he turned this into a complete trans attack. It was about trying to push a narrative that this murder was an attack on a trans person. And I can't buy into that. Why would somebody, and we're saying at the moment that our perpetrator is Mr. Koberger, why would someone, Brian or someone else or a group of people, enter a house to attack, murder a trans person and kill everybody else in the house apart from that person? That makes completely no sense to me. So I called him out on it. Anyway, so here goes. Hey, Harsh. So here's the thing. The people who say I'm wrong about the dialysis don't know what they are talking about. Dre Latino, I hope you're listening. Dylan has been on hormone therapy. That hormone therapy causes 3 problems. And I'd just like to point out, this is not me saying this. This is Justin saying this. That hormone therapy causes 3 problems. Heart issues, high blood pressure, and type 2 diabetes. They have been given her lisinopril. This drug is designed to treat those 3 conditions at the same time. I'm not a doctor. They gave her this drug because they could not give her anything stronger or faster acting. This is why she needs dialysis. The blunt force trauma, combined with the type 2 diabetes and the hormones thrown into the mix, complication rates and risks are much higher than someone who is not going through hormone therapy. People who are not trans do not understand how these things work. Dylan's kidney function was up to 63% today. So who told him this? Who told him this piece of information? That is very specific. And there's a nod to that in a second. I have no reason to believe that this is not true. He gives a name that I'm not going to give because this is apparently an FBI guy. Is the one who told me this information. So he is now claiming that someone, an FBI guy, is feeding him this information. I also happen to know who is sitting on Dylan and protecting her right now. He's given another name. It's not like a real name. It's like an odd name. One of my sources inside MPD. Could be a surname. She got to see Bethany this morning to say goodbye. Bethany is being relocated. I am an expert on trans issues. I've been transitioning for 20 years. 15 years of that time has been medical and surgical transition. I do actually know what I'm talking about. I asked him about the Twitter accounts. There's numerous Twitter accounts out there that have been connected in some way to Justin. And by connected, I mean some people are saying he is the person behind them. Obviously, they're faceless, so we don't know. All those Twitter accounts, not mine. I asked them more than once to prove they are mine. They can't, because it's a lie. They are creating accounts under my birth name. He gives his birth name. I'm not going to give that. But those accounts also not mine. I have plenty of documents to disprove all the lies being said about me. I have nothing to gain from lying. Nothing. Why would I lie and put myself in this position? I wouldn't. I have too much to lose. The only reason I am doing what I am doing is to support Dylan and be there for her. I was specifically brought into the fold by my FBI guy for this reason. I have military connections, political connections. People are trying to make it seem as though this is not true. I would gain nothing from lying. I would only hurt myself and my reputation by lying. That is something that I do agree with. This, what you're doing, if it's not real, is going to hurt your reputation. 100%. And that may not be the limitation on where that goes. I stand by my information. I do not even care anymore about how much trash people talk. I will continue digging and providing documentation to support my claims, which I have been doing on my Twitter account. So he does have a Twitter account. It's obviously not the ones that people are talking about him being connected to. I don't know what that is. I don't follow him on Twitter. And those of you who try Evil Exists, they will support that I am rubbish when it comes to Twitter. I'm starting to do it on my Facebook as well. I have been accused of doxing someone. I asked her to provide proof multiple times. She did not do so because that proof does not exist, because I never doxed anyone. Have, however, made some statements that people are unable to fight. They're unable to battle, especially the victims in the Idaho 4 case. And when you say about your understanding of the trans movement, it surprises me that off the back end of that, you made the statements you did to people who can't then come back and say anything about it. She accused me of having all these random Twitter accounts, and she made this list and everything. I asked her multiple times to give me the list, and she did not do so, because there is no list. It does not exist. The Canonitor is my only Twitter. So the Canonitor, I'm sure that some of you are going to be familiar with that. I'm not. I did see in Discord some people had posted about it in there, but it seems to be an account that may upload and then delete things. Is my only Twitter. I have a secret throwaway account, but that is only for my inner circle and very few people know about it. I do not use my TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, Grindr, Growler, Scruff. Most of these social apps, I don't use them. Anyone who says I'm going around attacking people and this, that, and the other are full of it. Now, can I harass someone? How can I harass someone on TikTok if I don't even use my TikTok? Make it make sense. If you want to believe a bunch of liars when I have plenty of documents to verify my statements, then go ahead. He's then put, there's 3 links in there. I don't know whether you can see that as links. All 3 of those articles are about me. It has been internationally publicly available information since February of 2018 that I'm trans. You can view my Facebook page to see where I'm disproving all of the lies that are being made up about me. And he's put a Facebook link. I'm not going to put it on there because it's got his real full name on there, and I don't want to do that. I am not now, nor was I ever, Papa Rogers. Papa Rogers is... and he's given a name, and I think that's over there on his video. Brother of someone else. This sixth roommate, she signed a 1-year lease in June, but then suddenly moved out after the fight went down in Pi Phi. Some of these girls were kicked out while others chose to leave the sorority. That fight was about Dylan and Ashlyn. That was when they all found out about Dylan being trans. This is why my position about Dylan changed. I originally did not have this information. I obtained this information after making my first video. So yes, my position did shift when I got new information. My positions do change as I gain new information. I am currently working on data in regards to another family in this situation. I am allowed to change my position. That doesn't make me non-credible. It makes me a grown-ass man who does his homework. I also admit and apologise when I'm wrong. And that is something that I will say. Justin has in the past given information to me. He has come back to me and he has said, I was wrong, I apologise, and he's given other information. And like I said, when I very first did the video and I said, look, I've spoken to Justin, this is what I meant by sort of credibility up to that point. Justin had been speaking to me about different pieces, and there was no piece of information that was not kind of out in the public arena to see, and anything that he did say that was incorrect, he did come back and say, no, I got that wrong. So up to that point, I didn't have an issue. I now have an issue because he's contradicting himself. But he is right, in fact, that we can make mistakes and we do sometimes change positions. He is right here. Unlike 99% of the internet, which actually makes me far more credible than them. Everyone thinks Dylan was born female, but she wasn't. Again, this is Justin making that statement, and he's making it look like someone he knows is close to Dylan and feeding him information. And everyone thinks Dylan was born a female, but she wasn't. She has been tucking since she was little. I can tell in every swimsuit photo. Also, her legs are far too long for her to be biologically female. Also, her face is far too angular to have been born biologically female. She is trans. I would not have been brought into the fold if Dylan was not trans. My issue here is that this is almost this paragraph in itself is very opinion based. He's talking about the aesthetics of Dylan and putting his own, this is my opinion, where his opinion shouldn't matter. This shouldn't even exist. If he is close to a source and he trusts his source 100%, which you would hope that he does, why is he going into detail on basically saying this is what I believe based off of what Dylan looks like? Again, he's arguing with him. He's trying to, I don't know. Fry is in bed with Batista. I'm guessing he doesn't mean the actor Dave Batista. He has been influencing her and paying her off, which is why we are being denied Hannah, Hudson, and Joseph's files. Fry has been telling her not to let us have them because it exposes the corruption and cover-ups going on. I sent you a separate email with my Freedom of Information Act denial letter in it to back up my claim that my Freedom of Information Act was denied, which he did. I have that. And, you know, there's been sort of arguments both sides as to why that could have been denied. Some of it are saying regarding Idaho law itself and what it does allow in the Freedom of Information Act and what it doesn't, and they have denied it based on the fact that they are claiming that it goes against their own laws in order to allow that out to the public. I literally have no reason to lie, none. If I was going to lie about something, it would not be this. I don't fuck around when it comes to trans issues. I take this very seriously. You can obviously see why by how my video has divided the entire internet. View me however you want, it's your right to do so, but I do actually have documentation to back up my statements, which I am working on scanning and posting. My vindication is going to feel wonderful. And that is the email. But let it be known, my stance on this situation is that I cannot back this information. I'd be arrogant to turn around and say that I do not believe any of it is true. I cannot say that, and nobody can say that. But equally, and as equally, nobody can say that any part of that is also true, because we just don't know. But what is incredibly clear, absolutely clear, is that Justin is one of three things. He is either correct, and he has insider information, and he is trying to bring that out into the open in some kind of heroic act, or he needs to be got help, and I mean that with all the respect in the world, Justin. I've lived around mental health issues for near enough my entire life, and that's people know we do the monthly lives surrounding mental health, or this is just being done out of some misplaced place. I just don't understand. I can't understand why someone would dig this deep into something, put their name and face to it, unless they do not 100% believe that what they're saying, what they've got hold of, what they know is factual. Is he just being played like a fiddle? Is someone sitting behind the curtain with their hand up Justin's behind like a puppet while he looks an utter fool? Time to decide. But that's the last time that anything to do with this guy will appear on this channel. And like I say, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I will apologise and get that t-shirt. But until next time, I'll see you all in the next one.